Yo, what's up, YouTube? Welcome to the Coffee Pod. My name is Chishu Zed.
Drink the coffee, it'll make you feel better.
Guys, I'm going to play a couple of videos here for you, and we're going to start with this one. Let's get it.
Y'all get mad because now we're getting money, but I mean...
We're not getting mad.
Are you sure?
Yeah, we're not getting mad.
You're not?
No.
Then how come...
If anything, I want you to have money. Let's bring two incomes is better than one in the household.
But why do men have an issue with that?
Because y'all try to use that as a weapon in a relationship a lot of times. And
or do y'all use that as a weapon because you think, oh, we're getting money, so now we feel like we're ahead of you in the house, right?
No, it's a natural thing.
But if you're securing yourself, then that shouldn't even... To me, that shouldn't exist.
Let's say you were making $150,000 a year, and we talk about this normal man. He makes $40,000 a year. He's great. Everything that you want him to be. He's handsome. He's smart. He's loving. He rubs your feet. He can cook. He does all these good things. If y'all get into an argument, eventually it's going to come up about how much money he makes and how you're carrying the load and well, first off, you probably wouldn't, most women not going to date a man like that anyway if they're making that much more money. Yeah. So, but if it was the reverse, a man doesn't care.
All right, so that's video number one, and that video was captioned, "Are men intimidated by women making more money?" Let's check out this next video by Lorraine Lindsay. Let's get it.
It's great on one hand, but it could be problematic on another hand in the household because of the insecurities that come with that. I had a personal issue with that with my ex-husband. And we were fine when I was an executive assistant, but when I became an executive and I started to first make the same income and then surpass his income, it caused a lot, and it was nothing that he talked about. He never said to me, I'm feeling a little vulnerable, a little insecure, but it was something that I felt. And it was frustrating. It caused resentment for me because I'm like, I'm not dimming my light for you. And I don't see you as less of a man.
All right, so that's the second video there. And I want you guys to ask yourself this. You hear women talk about this a lot. They'll talk about once they make more money than a man, they'll say then all of a sudden these problems come out of nowhere within the relationship. And the question is this: from what you know about female nature and male nature, which one of those genders would have the biggest problem with the other person earning less than they do? Or more than them, right? Which one would have an issue being the breadwinner? And while you guys are thinking of that, I wanted to play this video by Rollo Tomassi. Make sure you go check him out. If you aren't familiar with Rollo Tomassi, I encourage you to go check out his first book and then read the rest of the other books because they're good too. The Rational Male by Rollo Tomassi. But I want you guys to pay attention to what he says in this video titled, "Know This If You Want a Stable Relationships." But I gotta warn you, this is some bitter coffee. Let's get it.
But it's if you want I hate, and this is another unflattering truth about human nature for men and women, by the way, is that the most stable relationships are based on two things. The first one is polarity, and the second one is an imbalance in sexual market value. So if that, and hopefully in favor of the guy. So if a man is, at least perceptually, if that woman perceives that guy to be one step above herself in sexual market value, that tends to be a much more stable relationship than if the guy is at or below her, or perceptually anyway, she perceives him as being low. Or maybe he was higher, and then somewhere along the way in the relationship, he devalued, like he got fat, right? Or he lost his job, or something devalued his sexual market value. And now she sees him at or below her. You want to know why divorces are initiated right after a woman gets a promotion at work, or suddenly she becomes something more, like her status or her perceived status jumps higher than the guy, or she's making more money than the guy. And maybe it didn't start out that way. Maybe he was making more and then she got a promotion, she got above him. That triggers divorce. Statistically, provably, empirically, the data is there. Your woman gets a promotion, the clock's ticking, because women want a man that they can look up to. Women want a man that they can admire. Women want a man that other men want to be and other women want to bang. And if she's making the money, and if she's pushed herself up, even if it's perceptual, it could be complete nonsense. But as long as there is that imbalance there, you're going to have an unstable relationship.
There we go. That's it. Shout out to Rollo Tomassi there. Guys, I actually went to go look up that study that he was talking about. I found this article by the BBC that read, "Why Promoted Women Are More Likely to divorce. So the article read, getting a top job dramatically increases women's chances of divorce even in egalitarian countries. Why isn't it the same for men? Having a successful, enjoyable career alongside a fulfilling romantic relationship is a lifelong goal for many of us. But even in the most gender equal countries, finding a partner that lasts is trickier for higher flying women than men. In Sweden, which ranks first in the EU's Gender Equality Index thanks to factors like generous parental leave, subsidized daycare, and flexible working arrangements, economists recently studied how promotions to top jobs affected the probability of divorce for each gender. The result, women were much more likely to pay a higher personal price for their career success. Promotion to a top job in politics increased the divorce rate of women, but not for men. And women who became CEOs divorced faster than men who became CEOs. Summarizes Joanna, a professional Stockholm University and co-author of the research, which was published earlier this month in American Economic Journal. The paper, which looked at the lives of heterosexual men and women working for private companies with 100 or more employees, found that married women were twice as likely to be divorced 3 years after their promotion to CEO level compared to their male counterparts. So why do relationships become more difficult when a woman out-earns a man? Well, this is it. This is what the data shows. You can't argue with the facts. But of course, you hear women say, well, men are intimidated. Men are this. I can be with the man who out-earned. These women don't even know their own nature. Go back to what Rollo Tomasi said there. He talked about an imbalance within a relationship where a woman out-earns a man. Why? Well, because of her hypergamous nature. She has to look up to you. And maybe it's all in her mind, but regardless of what it is, as long as she looks at you as the prize, then your relationship has more chances of succeeding, right? These are the facts. Female empowerment would tell women otherwise, but these are the facts. Thought this was a really interesting topic. As always, man, I'm always curious to hear what you guys have to say. Leave your comments down below. I appreciate you guys for checking out another episode of The Coffee Pod, man. Till next time, I'm out. Peace.